All right, so this video's purpose is going to be discussing how to manage your SMMA clients. Now, if you truly want to scale and grow an agency and have it be sustainable, you need to manage your clients because the front end, anybody can make a sale, anybody can launch a campaign, but learning how to manage emotions, manage clients, and more importantly, retaining them for more than 3 months is absolutely necessary for sustainable and longevity of what you're doing. Because if not, if you just continue to churn clients because you can't deal with the front end, you can't properly manage people, communicate effectively, then you're just going to churn after 3 months. And it's just going to get into a vicious cycle of signing new clients, churning clients, signing new clients, churning clients. And who the hell wants to deal with that? When you get someone in the door, you have to give them as much value as you can throughout the entire process. It's not just you get the cash up front and then you disappear and then your communication kind of just slowly fades. Don't do that. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible because really the compound interest and the effect of what one client can do for you is beyond what you can potentially beyond what you can conceive. I've had one client refer me five, and that's because you are amazing to them immediately right off the bat, and you continuously stay amazing to them. One client of mine turned into five clients, guys. So one, effective communication. Now, this basically just means, on average, two solid touch points a month. Two solid touch points a month. And these aren't just like, hey, how's it going? It's like hopping on calls, digging deep, asking them how the lead quality is, asking them if all the leads are, all the appointments are within the service and target area. It's about truly understanding where they're coming from because that's market feedback as well. It's not just like if they're giving you a negative piece of feedback, it's don't take it personally. It's just another piece of market feedback. And every single time you speak to your clients, you need to take something away from them, something that you can approve in what you're doing. And if you truly just focus on the actual product or service, which will literally make or break your agency, if you focus on that one day at a time and improve one thing every single day, I mean, you're going to get to a point where your agency is incredibly good and does so much value and is consistent that churn isn't even in the equation. Churn is less than 2%. Churn is less than 3%. And that's only if you focus on improving one thing every single day. Now, and I'm telling you guys right now, as what I just said, one client turned into five. And that means treating everybody with amazing customer care, with amazing communication, with amazing results. And because the results speak for themselves. And if you just focus on one person, it's going to multiply. Now, there are different ways of pricing, right? Like, like bigger companies that have lower subscription tiers, I mean, they don't really care, like you can just do lower quality, lower pricing, lower the quality, and just increase and pump numbers. Or you can actually give a crap about your results. If you're high ticket, focus on one thing and just continuously improve that because one is going to turn into many. And that's why companies have incredible referral programs like High Level. Oh my goodness, 40% of total commission recurring for life for all your affiliates. I mean, people are making bank off of High Level affiliate programs and other affiliate programs that do things of similar sorts because it really just compounds. Now, effective communication twice a week. And in addition to that, we are going to, and in addition to this, we want to streamline communication. I'm telling you guys right now, if you are basically doing this solo, you do not want to be in a million different places with 10 different numbers on iMessage, on WhatsApp, or through email. I'm telling you right now, you have to pick one means of communication and stick with that. That's because this is also building the foundation for when actually growing. And you have to get the small things right in the beginning because you can't grow if the foundation isn't stable. And so what I mean by this is I do WhatsApp. I do WhatsApp where I communicate with all my clients via WhatsApp. And I tell them this and I have them download the app and quite honestly, there is no middle ground. There are no negotiations. There are no, oh, I don't use WhatsApp. I it's okay. We're going to download the app. We're going to make sure that you get this up and ready and you can turn your notifications on. I'm telling you guys right now, stick with one thing and continue with that. Whether it's, I know some people also communicate with their clients through Basecamp, which is another means of communication. Most people do end up just doing email, SMS, whatever it is. You're a professional at what you do. Choose one and stick with it. Because again, you are building the foundation for when growing. And if the foundation isn't stable, you can't grow. Because if you try to grow while you don't have the back end in place, those problems are only going to grow with you. They're not resolved. And that's facts. That's facts. So streamline communication, pick one. There is no negotiation for clients communicating with you. This is what you do, and tell them that. And again, you're not coming from a place of being mean. It's just simply how you do things as a professional. Number three. So another big thing too is depending on the personality type of the clients, there are others who truly want the world, and are others who you don't have to say a thing to them for weeks on end, and they're still good, they're still happy. So it really just depends on the type of person that you're dealing with. And I'm not going to lie, guys. There have been times where clients wanted the world, and they're paying like sub 1,000 a month, and it's fine, right? Like that's okay, but you can't invest too much energy, because if you continue to focus on like keeping in constant contact with one client, every single day for 20, 30 minutes, you're going to take so much time away from actual high leverage things in what you're doing. And I'm not saying be mean, be rude, don't like ignore them. I'm just saying set expectation right away when onboarding and when doing that call, the onboarding call with a new client. Tell them the expectations when it comes to campaigns moving forward. Tell them the expectation when it comes to communication moving forward, and that you're going to get back to them as soon as possible. On the weekends, it might be delayed, a few hours, but during the week, I'm going to try to get back to you within 1 to 2 hours max. And so you have to set that expectation to begin with. And again, some clients do want the world, and they are going to text you every single day. Now, it just comes down to what you want. If you want to grow, if you want to continue to scale and sign more clients, that's not going to work out if you're doing everything yourself, right? If you have it delegated, if you have a CSM on the front end, that's great. Pay them like $100 for every single client, and then give them incentives if they continue to get referrals from those clients. So it depends on the individual. I'm not going to lie. I have a couple clients where I haven't said a word to them in 10 days. And I mean, they're chilling. I mean, the lead flow is amazing. They're getting appointments. They're happy. And another thing too is look, this is really important. Express the need for communication. So, guys, as soon as I sign a new client on the sales call, one of the things I truly emphasize is telling them that this is a reciprocal relationship. It's not just a one-way street. I'm going to put in the work, as will you. And what I mean by that is, as we continue on this program and journey together, right, of growing the company and getting more work, I need you to reach out to me whenever something is good or bad, because problems arise when communication kind of falls off and expectations aren't met. And I tell them like this: I'm like, listen, man, as I do things on my end, I'm as open and ruthless in my communication, and I'm extremely transparent. But what I need from you is a commitment to reach out to me when things are going good and when things are going bad. And when you tell them that, they're going to respect you so much more, as if you didn't stress the importance of communication. Because think about problems in your life. They've come from a lack of communication. Whether it's your, I don't know, pissed off at your girlfriend or boyfriend, I don't know which team you play for. Whether you're pissed off at your girlfriend, you guys don't talk to each other, or you're pissed off at your parents, you don't talk to them, you ignore them, and that's only going to delay problems. And problem delayed is problem multiplied. Same thing what I mentioned earlier. When you focus on growing without fixing the foundation, those problems are only going to multiply. So let's see. Problem delayed is problem multiplied. And this is fact for everything in your life. Fact for everything in your life. You ignore a media campaign, what happens? You spend more money, client starts to get worried. You don't fix it right away, problem's going to multiply. You don't go to the gym. You're not just staying the same. You're getting weaker at an exponential rate. If you don't go to the gym for weeks on ends, that's problem multiplied. Same thing here. If you don't talk to a client for weeks, that's terrible. That is absolutely awful, and they're not going to like you for that. And so, you have to stress the importance of communication because that's truly what's going to help the longevity of client retention. And another thing too is when you continuously stay in touch with these people, even if the results are mid or subpar, if they respect you for continuing to stay in touch with them, and if they respect you for showing that you care and showing that you're doing everything in your power, they're going to stay. They're going to stay, and that means more money in your pocket, right? Even if the results are subpar. So there have been a time where that has been true for me. And I'm continuously doing everything I can on my end to get them results, but that's very rarely the case, right? It's only ever happened once, but they continue to stay around because I'm constantly communicating, and that's massive. That's a massive golden nugget, and you have to implement this. Everything is easier said than done, and if you watch this and you don't really take action, then the information is just useless. So that's that. Just four massive tips on how to manage clients. Now, I really hope this helps. And if you have any questions, just drop them below. But again, guys, just kind of sum this all up. If you want to grow and scale and build a sustainable agency, you need to keep the back ends or the front ends as rock solid as possible. And that starts with communication, being there for them, showing them that they're capable of reaching out when things are good and bad, and that it's a reciprocal relationship where it's yin and yang. I'm going to work if you put in the work. And that's why we have a high success rate with all of our clients. So I hope this helps, and that's that.